Hello team, easy restorations in the car. Where have I been? I'm in Devon. I've just driven lots of miles and about 2 and a bit hours to get here to get all of these lovely bits and pieces. Old head there, turbo. What else we got there? We've got headlights, we've got tail lights, we've got radiator, we've got fan cowl, we've got a ton of stuff, an absolute ton of stuff. I mainly came down here to get the headlights and the offside rear tail light, but there are so many goodies in these boxes. I just need all of them. Like a gear lever with that's not torn, clocks. Well, the panel that goes over the clocks that has the bezels around it, because I've put on my Audi TT steering wheel, so that'll all be nice and matching. A few clips and bits and pieces and lots of fasteners and all that kind of stuff, and so wizardry boxes and things like that. So hopefully I'll be able to get back home in the next couple of hours and start tinkering. Right, welcome along to episode 10, is it? I don't know. Anyway, I've just gone through a rain cloud, not literally because they're quite high. But you know what I'm saying. You can see the rain on the back window there. It's been a pleasant journey down. I've got cruise control, luckily, so I'm going to whack that back on in a bit. I'm averaging 62.5 mpg, and I've got two smaller wheels on, so that should go up when I've got the right size wheels on. Okay, right. Next time you see us, in a couple of seconds, I'll be tinkering away. Catch you in a bit. Chuffing hell. Middle of nowhere in Devon. Oh, dear. I don't know. Things we do for our cars, lads and lasses, eh? Anyway, big up to you all. And cheers for tuning in. Phew, home at last. I am dropping to sleep here. I was up at silly o'clock this morning, and it's now silly o'clock in the morning still. So I have travelled 189.8 miles and average 62.6 mpg, and it's silly o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that's not bad. To be fair, I left it about 20 past 7. Yeah, about 4 hours 20 minutes, something like that. Well, I'm zonked now. I can't wait to get diving into this. But first things first, eating needs a brew. Oh, proper. Anyway, let's get on. Welcome and thank you for tuning into my channel. Brew has been had, so let's get into the back of this car and see what treasures I've managed to find. Right, one of them hopefully is a rear tail light to replace this one, which has got a bit of like resin put in there, and hopefully the two headlights are good for the front of there. And there's a whole host of other goodies as well. Let's do the boot. Oh, this flipping new key fob, what a load of rubbish. Thank you. Right, oh my goodness. Okay, well, I won't bore you with taking this stuff out of the car. I'm just going to get it all out in a sec, put it on the decking, and we can all have a rummage through it together and see what we got. Okay, apparently that's a turbo, but it's not, it's the Webasto heater. Right, give me a minute. Bugger. As you can hear, rain has stopped play for a second. Brian Martin, sir, thank you very much. He sent me this through the post. It's a bullshit button. That's going to come in very handy, isn't it? Look at this bloody rain. It's just going to start unloading the car. I'll catch you in a minute. You probably can't hear anything. That was bullshit, actually. The rain stopped. Right, let's get out there. Can't plan the weather, can you? Blimey, Charlie, in the kitchen already. No, Caroline just brought these two pieces in to be cleaned. That's got things growing. Is that penicillin? I don't know. It's a bit of salt there, a bit of penicillin, a bit of stuff, but it's not torn, cracked or anything else. It just needs a flipping good clean. And the beauty is it's got the aluminium effect halo around it, and none of the peggies are snapped off, so that's all good. There you go. So that can go back on the car as soon as it's had a scrub-a-dub-dub. Now let's look at the clocks. Where have these been stored? Mary Celeste. Anyway, there is the clocks. There are the clocks, should I say. I just need to remove this outer piece, which is probably all together. So that's this piece here with little clips. I need to unclip those, remove that, remove all the PCB, and just resit that back in on my clocks in the car, because it's got the alloy effect rings on it, and mine are just basic black, and it looks like someone's been playing football with it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Right, I will now go and get things out and put it on the decking. You're itching, aren't you? I just know it. Okay, treasure has been hauled from the Mary Celeste. Right, where do I start? This basically is the haul, plus the speedometer and the glove, the gear knob. So indoors. So this is Webasto heater, and I do believe this can be set to come on coldy frosty mornings where you're sat indoors, to warm up the water jacket around the engine and heat the inside of the car. I think that's how it works, going from my old Touran days. So yeah, what normally fails on these is the igniter, the little it uses basically diesel from your diesel tank. And I think somewhere, I've never had a look at one of these ever up close, so this is a first for me, as it probably is some of you. But there is I think there's a spark plug in there somewhere, or some sort of injector or an igniter, and it sort of burns inside there, and the fuel circulates a pump, and the fuel circulates around, etc. Right, we also have a cylindrical head. I'm not sure where this has been kept. It looks like it's been Davy Crockett's lockers at some point. Anyway, it seems to be intakulated. So do we have any spinach on the turbo iron? We do have spinach on the turbo. Any end play? Oh yeah, that's horrible. That needs a rebuild, but it's something that can be done, isn't it? It can be rebuilt, it did. Yeah, you can see the end wiggling there. Look, that's crooked. But apparently, these turbo mid-jiggamies can be taken apart, new bearings, new seals put in, and put back together, and serviced. Basically, is that something I can do? I don't know. Any of you guys out there serviced your own turbos before, or know anybody that kind of does it? There's the actuator. That is the turbo actuator. Yeah, it would be nice. Oh look, they've even set the timing for us there. Still got the timing set. That's fantastic. I don't know. Looks horrible. What I'm going to do is completely and utterly strip down this engine. We've got the glow plugs there, look, and they come out there. So that is your, in effect, your glow plug bolted through the head into the combustion chamber, and that there, that dirty, horrible, grubby little thing there is the injector which injects the diesel in when the two valves are shut, like these two are. So yeah, I will be lapping these valves in at some point, giving this a darn good clean, so I have a completely spare head to go back on as and when mine decides to play around a little bit. I'll turn that over in a minute because it's very, very heavy and I don't want to just try it with one hand. We also have a radiator. what I do with this crusty, salty corrosion sort of stuff is I treat that first with a neutralizing agent. Okay, just let it have a really good soak, because if you start touching it now, that'll just flake away and disappear. It'll be crap. But for what it is, you know, it's a radiator. Can I service it? I'll have to put a pressure test on it, see if I can hold up for like 15 minutes. Block that up, put the pressure tester on there, put some air pressure in there and see if there's any leaks. Next we have obviously the fan cowling. That goes something like that, and then your oil cooler goes in that section there. I don't think there's an oil cooler here, but that rotates freely enough, which is gooder. And we've got all the controller there and all that kind of stuff. Let's just have a quick look. This is what I went for basically, is the headlights and that tail light, but I'm going to change the pair because they do look under all the dust. I think it has actually protected it some. They look a lot better than the ones I got on my dustbin. Okay, headlights made in Spain. I hope these aren't flipping abroad ones. Lads, can you let me know whether they're left or right hand drive? Would they say on there? Left. Left. That's good then. So it is for a left hand drive. No, it's not. That's freaking right, isn't it? Left hand drive's no good. That's foreign. Oh, poo. Can you help us out, guys? Can you just check? 004L, 003L. Are these foreigner ones, or are these UK fitment? Could you please drop a comment down below, because I've probably been an utter knob and just assumed that they are UK spec. I don't know how you tell if they're UK spec or not. The trouble is, if it is foreign, then the dip beam will dip down into the oncoming traffic, which is not what we want. We need to dip down to the hedge. I don't want to have to Frenchulate them with putting that yellow stickery stuff on. Bugger. Anyway, we'll get round it. Oh, cock. I don't know. Can you drop a thingy down below, guys? And please let me know. Anyway, that aside, that minor detail aside, the reflectors are absolutely perfect. There's been no bulb blowing uppings in there. That's not burnt at all. That looks like new. That side light, and it all looks really nice and clean in there. But this lens is horrible. It's like, it looks like what I did when I had hepatitis. When I was a nipper. Yellow. So that needs going over with 600, 1200, 1500, 2500, and finish off with 3000 using cutting compound and finger blasting and rotary drilling, all that kind of stuff to get them singing and dancing. I do hope. I am going to look on my lights, because they do have stickers on that are on the car, and I'm going to see if these are just a direct replacement. Oh crikey, I hope to goodness that they are. Right, anyway, that's enough of that. Right, here is the box of goodies. Right, fellas, what is this? Now, looking at that, what we got? HR, HL, VL, VF, Wi-Fi, SK, DK, HR, HL, not sure, is that, it's not the injector, that's not an injector pump, is it? It can't be. Oh, it's a controller. Ah, does that control the suspension to make the car jump up and down when you push the levers? I'm guessing, I don't know. Anyway, it's one of those with the pipes just very, very surgically removed there with some side cutters or something. Okay, so that is a controller. Lovely. Let's put that down there. Now, I didn't recognise this. Do you guys? Yes, I do. It's a flipping It's where the seat goes, isn't it? No, it's not. What is this, guys? I have absolutely... Is it even for an A2? I don't know. What is it? Some sort of maximum 1 kilo. Some sort of pull-out drawer. Are there pull-out drawers on these? That's obviously the steering wheel retaining bolt, because I changed my steering wheel yesterday, didn't I? We have some rubber things. Wonder if that'll fit in my kitchen sink. You know, I need a new plug. What else we got in there? Have a good look, guys. Have a good rummage around in there. Anything you see is worth anything or worthwhile keeping? I'll keep it all. I'll find use for all of that. So anyway, I'm not sure what this off. It is blue in colour. I thought it was the rear seats bit that you pull up to let the seats go forward, but it's obviously not, because that just goes like that. So what does that undo then? Oh, there's a little clamp under there. No idea what that is. Again, drop a bleep bloopy thing below there and let me know what your thoughts are. Now, what we got here? Audi concert. You're going to need to know a code for that straight away, aren't you? Because I think they're coded to each vehicle. I think I'm right in saying. Yeah, okay. A CD player. And it has a CD in it. That'll be interesting to see what that is. I wonder if I can just plug it in. And that's kind of that's your usual sort of retrofit plugs. We've got the power in one and then your speakers on the other 8 pins. Like that, wherever they are, not sure. But I wonder if I can just get some power to this, just to get that CD out. That's pretty much it, isn't it? There's your aerial in. Bang. Yes, that is the guns of Salisbury Plain you can hear in the background. So there is a non-molested car stereo. The sill's still intact. Just a 2-speaker stereo as well. That's why I was looking for the 8 pins in there, and there's only 6. Right, so that's a useless doorstop, isn't it? Crikey, what we got going on in here? Right, we've got lots of pipage. But this is power steering reservoir. So I don't know. BMF, that's probably... I don't want to keep hazarding guesses because I don't flipping know. That's a temperature sensor on this pipe. Something to do with the water cooling system, isn't it? Is an inlet and an outlet. And another outlet or an inlet or whatever. Unless that just draws from the reservoir. And that's the... Don't know. Is that the part that has the dodgy PCB inside it that needs soldering? I don't know. Guys, please drop your tips below. Well, that goes quite obviously into there, doesn't it? And we've got really short cables on this one. I wonder why that is. Yeah, that's been hacked and slashed. I like it when people just remove things the easy way. Just makes it so much quicker, doesn't it? Okay, that goes on that way. That's next to useless, I guess. What else we got in here? Well, this is basically the power steering whole flipping unit there, isn't it? The old gubbins. And there is, or are, the hacked off cables. Well, that wouldn't go in, that doesn't go into there, does it? Different gauge cables. Because these are great big, that looks like a flipping 10mm stranded cable there, I'm not sure. All plugs in one. Why didn't they cut these off as well? You would have thought so, wouldn't you, really? You would have thought just chop the whole lot off. Right, a really good quality. Anyone want this hose? Look at that, spot on. That. It's got breather grooves in it as well. That'll come in handy if your car's overheating. Ooh, your jar valve. That's a bit toasty, isn't it? Let's have a look inside it. Oh my days, that could do with a paraffin bath and no mistake, couldn't it? Take this rubber seal off first though, because A, it's perished, and B, paraffin eats rubber for breakfast. So yeah, am I right in saying you can delete the EGR valve on these guys? Is that a thing? Can you just bloop it out of the what do you call it? The ECU with your fingers and the keyboard? Don't know. What else we got under here? Don't know. Oh, screen wash pumps by the look of it, or pump. What's that? Is that a pump? Yeah, that's a pump as well. There are 2 pumps then. Okay, 3 pumps. There are 3 pumps. Okay, so we've got the in-out there, and there's the electric mic stuff there. Made in USA. Okay. Made in USA for Audi. Well, it's going to work then. If it's American, it's going to work. We know that. We just know it. What we got in this box of goodies? What the heck? A new set, a brand new set, stretch bolts. Look at that. These are the bolts that hold the head down onto the block. I'm guessing. Brand new set. Happy days. 8 of, sir. That's cool beans, isn't it? I'm happy with that. In there, I bet there are a few bucks. So that's a find. Oh, this looks like a gasket of some description. Let's have a look. Ooh, a head gasket kit. I reckon somebody was going to use this head and do a rebuild on an engine, but it all went Pete Tong. The guy I bought it off was selling it on behalf of his son to get him some funds up, because it's just been sat in the sort of garage for, well, barn for the last, what, cave actually, look at the state of it all, for the last few years, I'm guessing. But there we go, that's awesome, isn't it? Flipping head gasket kit, head bolts, head, turbo that needs fixing, EGR valve could do with a clean. Something on my car is leaking. When you get underneath and look up bit by the turbo, I think you might have seen it on a previous video when I was trying to find a oily leak. There's oil puddling on the bottom of lots of parts of the back of the engine. So I think when I've cleaned up everything here, I can then, next summer, it's running fine, don't want to do anything to this. It's just got to see me through the winter, this car, and then we can start fannying around with it and tinkering with it. So that's good. I need to get all the information I can from people that know, yourselves and all that kind of stuff about this stuff, what it is, what it does, is it any good. That's another pump. That's that is just another pump. So you got your in and your out. That would be your in, I would have thought, and then that would be your out to something else. Drop links, second-hand drop links, they can go straight in the bin. There's no point in keeping hold of used drop links, because they are quite free, which means they will probably knock when you go to install. What else we got in here? Bit of pipe. You guys are going, that's that pipe that goes on the what's the name, isn't it? Yeah, he's got that in there, yeah. I ain't got a clue. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. I think you put your tongue across there, don't you? Test continuity. Not sure. I don't know. Yeah, just general nuts and bolts. Really left in that box. So we've covered all this now. We've covered the gubbins. We've sort of covered that loosely. This is what I want to get into as well, because for what I've paid for this whole treasure trove of goodies, I'm well sorted, really. I wanted a pair of fog lights for the car. I have one. What side is this? This is the right. This is the right hand fog light, so I guess that is the fog light that goes in it. It's in pretty good nick. 13th of November 01. It's literally the same month as my car was born. That's spot on. So well, at least I've got one. Gives me a bit more light, doesn't it? Right, speakers. Oh my days. Is the foam any good? Yeah, and there's no scratching when you push it in. Now I'm hoping there is a driver's side front one, because as you know, the door check strap smashed mine in, didn't it? Didn't it? Completely. I'll have to look at that at a later date and just see what side it is, clean it up. I'm going to clean everything up here. Yeah, someone's heart ventricle there. And there's another heart ventricle there. Somebody's going to be missing that, I reckon. Oh, look, it's a bag to put me stuff in. This goes on the steering wheel top bit. It's all the electronic gubbins, and when obviously it does all that and this and that. So yeah, I think I'm right in saying that this is the sensor, isn't it? That when you refit it, a new steering wheel, don't fanny around with it, just leave it where it is and then put it on. Obviously these two pegs locate in the new steering wheel, and the plug just plugs back in, and everybody's happy. One of those. Oh, look at this. Yeah, baby. I think they missed, and that should have gone in the bin, and they've missed and threw it in this box instead. What is that? Is that a Dave? I think it's a Dave, isn't it? Right, what side is this? Because my driver's side rear door, the window goes up and down, and you can lock it manually with the flippy flappy red button inside the grommet. BFRL, front right, probably. That would be the driver's end, wouldn't it? Can't remember. I've been in there and that, but I can't remember. So I've got one of those, whatever that is. That's the motor. Oh my days. What the actual chuff. So that, I guess, is for the, yeah, it's one of them. It's the climate control thing, I guess. What else we got here? We got a clutch slave cylinder. Okay. Oops, it's not squirting out any oil, is it? No. Don't want that going all over the floor. Clutch slave. Not the sort of thing you want to keep as a spare, really, is it? Oh, now that's handy, because I have a couple missing. I hope it's the right one, because they're all handed. Little speaker tweeters. Oh dear, someone's been fighting with this one. Look. My passenger side tweeter is making a crackling noise when you turn the volume up. I will see if I cannot rejuvenate one of these. Audi space frame. That's going to go in the shed on the wall. Yeah, what's that from? Don't know. Jubilee clip. Is it a genuine Jubilee clip? Don't know. Right, easy. Stop fanning around. We've got a same colour as my car driver's side mirror with cable. Oh, that alloy looks like that needs a good antacid treatment, doesn't it, to stop that corrosion going any further. Paraffin, toothbrush, get rid of that. Whack some Vaseline on it if you've got some Vaseline somewhere in the bedroom cupboard. Yeah, all that needs treating, otherwise it's just going to decay and rot away. Now, is that a crack, or is that supposed to be there? Oh, it's supposed to be there. It's one of those, that bit shows further out angle, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's pretty good. And it's not scratched either. I'm quite happy with that. Not sure what a pair of these run to, but I don't really want to put that down on the painted side. Let's put it like that. We have t'other side too. Yeah, that's got a little bit of scratch work going on there. Scratch work dummies. Again, I need to stop the rot there. If you guys have got, yeah, spend a good sort of few hours, just take your mirrors off and just check that this isn't doing that, because if it is, it will rot quicker and quicker and quicker until it fails. We have another speaker. That doesn't look handed. It looks like it will go left door or right door. Don't know. What's this one like? Because one of my speakers are torn, aren't they? Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. It's got buggy lights on there. Ugh. That's usable. A fog light switch, which is knacker red. And we've got the dashboard dimmer. We've got the headlight adjust switch. That's what I'm on about. This like plastic coat paint from Audi. Just trying to make their plastics feel more expensive. It kind of worked, didn't it? But that's interesting because I want to fit the spots on the front. That has the bit for that, but have I got the switch? The switch isn't here. Someone's nabbed the bloody switch. That's handy, because it would have the right plug-in bit for there, wouldn't it? That's off a wing mirror. What we got here? Someone's old Dr. White. Ah, here's that universal radio plug-in capacitor type thing, and that's all for the stereo. That's a seal that goes around the headlight. Oh, we've got another motor there. Yeah, that's cool. I'll have a look at that in a sec, see if it's the opposite side of the other one. Yeah, got some of that. We've got a steering wheel switches. Not good for mine, because mine has cruise control, and that don't have it, does it? Free pen. You can never knock a free pen, can you? Right, now this thing must be, what's that, doctor's stethoscope, is it? What is this? #1 in diesel tuning performance, Dragon box. What, old Dragon? DTE PD system. Are we talking souped material here? PD3. Does this make one's vehicle go a little more rapido? I don't know. Can you bloop it down, guys, please? Derek, you got me saying bloop it now. From Voice Script Garage, top guy. Absolutely love everything he does. Yeah, that's a mirror adjust switch, which looks fairly intact. And we have a drinky thing. Does that come out? Push in and come out. Oh, it does come out. Oh, and it sort of erects itself. Well, that's jolly nice. That needs a darn good soak in the bath, lads and lasses, doesn't it? And get rid of all that sandy, gritty, cruddy stuff. Put a little bit of fine grease on those cogs and gears. And apparently you press something here and the two pieces come apart. Okay. Incidentally, from the videos I've watched on about these, so I'm going to get mine out of the car because they are horrendously crap. They come out from behind. They push back once you got the dashboard bit out with the grill on it for the heating. These push back and come out the back end of it. So I was just going to press these, pop it out, grab hold of it and try and sort of, and I would have just been crying my eyes out, wouldn't I? There is the cover for the the interior cabin filter. Oh, got a new Torx screwdriver. Look at that. I need to round that sharp end off though. And that. Well, that's about it. Oh, we've got wiper arm. We have wiper arm. I bet this is a different type to mine, is it? Is that modernised sealage going on in there? I reckon it is. Happy days. Okay, needs a bit of cleaning up. Anything else worth mentioning? No, that is pretty much it. Wow, quite a nice haul, isn't it, really? It's got a lot of bang for me buck there. If there's anything you can tell me about any stuff I don't know about, which is pretty much most of it, can you please drop a comment below and let us know, because I just need a little bit of help as I'm new to these vehicles, just to get it in the grey matter and spin it around a bit and then think and then do. So it's all good. One thing I did notice about one of these headlights, let me show you. I do hope these are the right side for the UK roads. See that nasty crack? Nasty, nasty crack. Well, luckily I've managed to get the ones separated from my old headlights where the reflectors are all knackered, so I could technically just do that, or do I just leave that crack there? I don't know. No, I'll look at that every time. I'll look at the front of the car, I'll look at that and go, nah, you can't do that easy, you've got to do it properly. Anyway, well, thank you for watching. I'm going to wrap that up there. It's not really a do anything video, it's more of a examine everything, isn't it? So this is my treasure haul of A2 parts from a guy in Devon who's been sat in his barn for a good few years, and I reckon I could use a lot of this stuff. I can't wait to get stuck into that head in the winter, in the workshop there, in the garage shed, whatever you want to call it. Strip that down, get everything lapped in, check all clearances, find out all the digital numbers and all that I need, the clearances and these parts need to be. I'm stuttering again. That must mean something's gonna kick my ass. I don't like that. EGR valve to clean, lots of stuff to do really. And what the hell is that? I mean, what is it? Where does it come from? What do I do with it? Does anyone want it? It's blue. I don't know what it goes on, but there we go. It's quite a nice splash of parts. We'll leave that there. I hope everyone's okay. Take care till episode 11, where I will be tinkering and putting things on the vehicle to make it look a bit nicer and last me a bit longer. Take it easy.